Smile Jamaica, Building Hope Through Real Estate and Resilience by Jamaica Homes, published on August 25th, 2025. I met a girl this morning, and she was love at first sight. She told me that her name is Jamaica. Chronixx begins his anthem, Smile Jamaica, with these unforgettable words, personifying the island as a radiant woman whose history, beauty, and strength cannot be denied. She is alluring, generous, and blessed with beautiful sunrise and an evening kiss. Yet, beneath her smile lies centuries of struggle. She tells us she is tired of de-exploit and de-liars. She gave them reggae, beaches, flowers, and ferns. All she got is abuse in return. This duality, Jamaica's radiant gifts and her endured struggles, is the heartbeat not only of her cultural legacy, but also of her modern journey. From colonial exploitation to independence, from economic hardship to vibrant cultural rebirth, Jamaica's story is one of resilience and hope. And today, that same story is playing out in the realm of real estate. For those dreaming of owning a home here, or saving to step onto the property ladder, the message of Smile Jamaica becomes more than a song. It becomes a guide, a reminder that despite hardships, there is always light, always renewal, and always the possibility of growth. A history that speaks in every brick and beam. To understand the real estate market in Jamaica, one must first understand the roots of her history. The full story can be found in Jamaica's country profile here, but in brief, the island was once the jewel of Britain's empire, its fertile lands worked by enslaved Africans whose sweat and resilience shaped the nation. After emancipation, land ownership became both a dream and a battleground. Jamaicans longed for a piece of soil to call their own, a form of dignity denied for centuries. In the industrial 20th century, Jamaicans built steelworks, bauxite plants, and shipping hubs, shaping an economy that often gave more to outsiders than it returned to locals. As Chronixx laments, she gave them reggae, beaches, flowers, and ferns. All she got is abuse in return. The same could be said of land, rich in potential, but too often controlled by others. And yet, Jamaica never gave up. Ownership of land, of homes, of culture became central to national pride. As Dean Jones, founder of Jamaica Homes and realtor, associate at Coldwell Banker Jamaica Realty, often reminds buyers, owning a home in Jamaica is not just a financial investment. It is the reclaiming of a legacy. Every plot, every foundation stone, is a continuation of our ancestors' fight for freedom and belonging. The National Housing Trust, restoring what was taken. Where once Jamaica was exploited, today institutions like the National Housing Trust, NHT, provide hope. Established in 1976, the NHT was designed to make home ownership accessible for ordinary Jamaicans. Through affordable mortgage schemes, subsidies, and housing developments, it has enabled thousands to achieve what previous generations could only dream of, a place to call their own. This is Jamaica answering Chronixx's cry. Don't you worry yourself, mama. Help is here. The NHT, along with visionary developers and realtors, are turning history around, placing keys in the hands of families, rather than leaving land tied up in foreign speculation. Dean Jones frames it beautifully. Every loan disbursed by the NHT is more than numbers on a ledger. It is Jamaica telling her children, you belong here, you can plant here, you can build here. Cultural wealth beyond gold and steel. Jamaica is not just about beaches or bricks. It is about culture, rhythm, and the ability to create beauty from hardship. Chronixx reminds us that Jamaica gi dem bob, with a different stepping, gi dem bolt, nobody ca run left him, gi dem art and sweet literature. This cultural wealth is as much a foundation for real estate as concrete and steel. Homes in Jamaica are not merely structures, they are vessels of music, family, laughter, and tradition. Every veranda that echoes with reggae, where children run barefoot, every mountain breeze that carries the scent of ackee and roast breadfruit is part of what buyers are investing in. As Dean Jones says, when you buy in Jamaica, you're not just buying a property, You're buying into a rhythm of life, a culture that has outlasted empires, and a heritage that cannot be priced. Challenges, the echoes of exploitation. Of course, the real estate journey is not without its challenges. Prices have risen in Kingston, Montego Bay, and Ocho Rios, often putting prime land out of reach for many. In some ways, this mirrors the tiredness Jamaica speaks of in Chronixx's song, the weariness of always giving yet struggling to afford the best of her own treasures. Foreign investment, while valuable, sometimes reignites the old fears. Will Jamaicans be priced out of their own homeland? Will the story of exploitation repeat itself? But this is where preparation and knowledge matter. Saving diligently, using institutions like the NHT, and seeking guidance from experts. Realtors can ensure that Jamaicans and returnees alike step confidently onto the property ladder. Hope, why the future smiles. And yet, the overwhelming story is not one of despair, but of hope. Just as Chronixx urges Jamaica to smile, so too does the real estate market hold reasons for optimism. Government programs continue to expand affordable housing. Diaspora investment is pouring in, not as exploitation, but as returnees seeking to give back to the island. Cultural magnetism ensures that Jamaica remains one of the most desirable destinations for tourism, retirement, and second homes. In short, Jamaica is smiling again, not because the past is forgotten, but because the future is brighter. Dean Jones captures this balance in one of his most resonant reflections. Real estate in Jamaica is not about erasing history. It is about writing the next chapter. Our homes carry the scars and the songs of our people. But they also carry the promise of a tomorrow where every child can wake up in a place they own. A message to buyers and dreamers. For those considering saving for or buying property in Jamaica, remember that you are part of this larger story. Each dollar saved is a vote of confidence in Jamaica's resilience. Each step toward ownership is a continuation of a centuries-long journey of reclaiming what was once taken. Like Chronixx sings, "Smile, girl, smile, dry your eyes." The tears of the past need not define the future. Through careful planning, community support, and cultural pride, you can achieve what your ancestors only prayed for. Keys in hand, doors opening, children running freely in yards that are truly yours. The smile that never dies. Jamaica's history is not an easy one. From the ships that came in chains to the steelworks and industries that profited others, the story is heavy with exploitation. Yet out of this came the music, the culture, and the resilience that made Jamaica a global giant far bigger than her geographic size. The same resilience fuels today's real estate market, whether through the NHT, diaspora investment, or local determination. The dream of homeownership is more achievable than ever. As buyers, as savers, as dreamers, your journey is part of Jamaica's ongoing smile. Or as Dean Jones so powerfully reminds us, the most beautiful architecture in Jamaica is not our buildings, it is the hope of our people. Invest in that hope, and you will never regret it. So let us smile for Jamaica. Smile for the homes yet to be built. Smile for the land that heals, restores, and welcomes us back. Because no matter what came before, the truth is clear. Jamaica always finds a way to rise, to sing, to build, and to smile. Learn more about Jamaica's history here.